In the brutal world of boxing, few fighters captured the imagination quite like Nigel Benn. Nicknamed the Dark Destroyer, Benn was a whirlwind of power and fury, a two-weight world champion who carved his name into British boxing history. But his story is far more than just a highlight reel. This is the life of Nigel Benn, a tale of redemption, rivalry, and the enduring human spirit.
He's lucky that he's in with an opponent whose chin is not rock solid.
Combination of right hand, and you can see Nigel Benn close it. Pulling away, a legitimate knockdown. A reminder of the 3 knockdowns on the city Benn. And there goes.
He's throwing the right hook. And down went Iran. And he took a count. There. I mean, throw that to me, man.
Or two coming in. He did that for Reggie. This is looking appealingly at his corner, and he couldn't shut it off.
Born in London's East End in 1964, Benn's early life was tough. The 6th of 7 brothers, born to Barbadian parents, Benn found solace in the discipline of the British Army. He served 4.5 years as an infantryman with the 1st Battalion Royal Regiment of Fusiliers. For 3 years Ben was stationed in West Germany, before being deployed to Northern Ireland during the Troubles for 1.5 years. The Royal Fusiliers often appeared in regimental uniform at Benn's fights, a testament to his military past. But it was upon leaving the army that Benn discovered his true calling, boxing. Joining West Ham Amateur Boxing Club, Benn's raw talent and ferocious punching power were undeniable. He amassed an impressive record of 41 wins and just 1 loss as an amateur boxer. Nigel Benn would say, "I wasn't a bad kid, but I had a lot of anger inside me. Boxing gave me a way to channel that, to turn it into something positive." Turning professional in 1987, Benn exploded onto the scene. His first 22 fights ended in knockouts, often within the first round. He was a terrifying force, a man possessed by a knockout artist's instinct, but lurking beneath the surface were personal demons. Benn's partying and reckless lifestyle threatened to derail his career, yet amidst the chaos he captured the hearts of British fight fans. He was a flawed hero, a man living on the edge. In 1989, Benn suffered his first professional defeat, a brutal war against the talented Michael Watson.
Entrance to this morning's press conference. He too will box on, and both men, it seems, have learned a great deal from last night's fight.
He picked me off, and that's why I'm wearing dark glasses, but I know I've got a lot to learn, but ain't the end of the road.
Yet he bounced back, capturing the WBO middleweight title against Doug Jewett in Atlantic City. Though knocked down in round 2, Benn came roaring back, knocking Jewett down in round 3 and scoring 3 knockdowns in round 8 to win the title.
The body says Andretti for his man Benn, and certainly he's done a good job anyway. Just keeping Benn controlled more fighting. Oh, a good shot. A punch. I don't think he's going to get up from that. He's been known to get up before, but that was a punch. And he's pitched forward again at the start of the 8th round, and it's 7-8. Do you want to fight, says Randy Newman, and of course the witness says yes, but it's all over. Part of the shouting, Jim.
DeWitt has nothing. I don't believe he can recover from this, Reg.
I think the WBO have got a 3 knockdown rule in existence here. More control and it'll all be over. Yes, that's it. It's all over. 3rd knockdown, and in the 8th round, Nigel Benn has won the WBO middleweight championship of the world. The Iron Man is tamed, and what a picture that is. Almost identical when Lloyd Honeyghan in this ring defeated Don Curry. Same sort of reaction. from his camp as well. Tremendous performance, Jim, and a good finish.
Nigel Benn was the better fighter right from the opening bell, Reg. He did it the hard way.
His first defence came in August 1990 against former WBC champion Iran Barkley. Benn won via a knockout in the first round. He then met British rival Chris Eubank later that year in Birmingham.
Speaking to you, asking me questions.
Anytime.
You're asking me questions, I'm being polite and I'm facing you, I'm looking in your face. I have nothing to say to Nigel. I find the man intolerable in that he's so wild. I have no time for such people. He has no class as far as I see it. About Nigel Benn, I would say this. The man is a powerful puncher, a very powerful puncher. For this, I would like his autograph, because after I've finished with him, he isn't going to be anybody.
Nigel Benn, will you be anybody at the end of the fight?
Hey, I have to see the thing about him. I've seen both sides of the coin. Like I was saying before, when Watson kicked my butt, hey, I got up, brushed myself down. When he fought Quinones, Jorge Amparo, Doug DeWitt, Iran Barkley.
It seems that this one is working you up more than any other fight.
Yeah, more than anyone else. I think the public is demanding this. You know, I walk down the street, people say, hey, give this boy a hiding. Well, you know, and I am determined to go out there firing on all cylinders.
Well, let's make sure the fight takes place by signing the contract right now. Christopher? I have to say, there seems an element of genuine hate between these two, Ambrose.
For sure.
I don't hate the man. I just want his WBO title. I pray that I have enough dignity not to hate the man.
Exactly.
Hate doesn't come into it for me. Hate destroys the game and makes it look brutal, and that's why a lot of people don't take to it. I don't hate the man. I want the man's title, and I intend to prove that I'm a better fighter than the man, which I am.
All right, gentlemen, you both signed the contract.
I personally do hate him. I personally do hate him.
So is there any point in me asking you to shake hands after signing the contract?
No.
Well, gentlemen, all four of you, thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In round 4, a ferocious uppercut by Benn caused Eubank to bite his tongue, causing a severe gash. By the end of the 5th round, Benn's right eye was swollen shut. Ultimately, referee Richard Steele stepped in after Benn was shaken by a right hand and pummeled by a flurry of punches, resulting in a loss for Benn.
If he did go down, the count would continue.
Ben's shaking, Reg.
Right to his boots, Jim.
Ben is shaking. The eyes watch, Reg. This will be the finish of the belt.
And it's all over in the 9th round. And would you believe, in Ben's corner, they looked as though they were objecting to that for a minute. Why was it stopped?
Benn then bounced back with a 6-fight winning streak. In 1992, he successfully challenged Mauro Galvano for the WBC super middleweight title in Italy. Though the fight was stopped due to a cut on Galvano in round 3, despite the win, the result was controversial. Benn's move to super middleweight saw him refine his fight strategy, becoming a more effective and adaptable fighter, while still retaining his dangerous punching power. He defended his title against fellow Brits Nicky Piper and Louis Gent, and a rematch victory over Mauro Galvano. In 1993, Benn faced Chris Eubank again in a unification bout dubbed Judgment Day. The fight went the distance, with many believing Benn had done enough to win, but the judges scored a draw.
Biggest round of your career, particularly saying there. And isn't it so? Even he can smell that, well, it could be close. And I'm wondering how you at home have got it.
Oh, Ben, a lovely right hand to start the round, then 2 more. Ben, what a big round, Red, would just put the clincher on it, no problem for Ben. He had a lazy 11th round. Eubank slipping on the canvas there. Left hook. Eubank slipped on the canvas and Ben took full advantage of it. This is the round, Reg, we've been waiting for. This is what we expected.
Hard, Ben, but he's still throwing more than his share of punches. Minute gone.
In a close fight, Reg, you don't want to allow the opponent to do all the leading off, and that's what Ben's doing here.
Yeah, not a particularly good round so far.
I mean, he's landing the same amount of punches because Eubank's missing so much, but you don't want him to be looking the boss. both fairly exhausted here.
It seems to be drawn decisions are all the vogue these days, isn't it? Whitaker, Chavez, Eubank close. I hope that they can find a winner here anyway.
See Ben again, he looked very lazy in the 11th round, and I don't think he's got an awful lot left, but here he fires back again. He's going to have to spring into life here.
Oh no, they're shouting at one another. Just look at that with a minute left. A little bit of abuse going on in there, I think. Ben's absolutely convinced him that he's won this.
I don't know if he thinks he's not enough in front race to coast. He should be thrown back here. Eubank won the 11th on my card, and he's doing all the work in this one.
Eubank trying to kid around too, with putting his hands up there as if to say to the judges, this is my fight, man. But, I mean, a couple of cocky characters here, aren't they?
There's a lot of untidy boxing all the way through, but this has been a good round.
It's always carried that little bit of drama and argument and debate, and maybe that's what the decision will do.
In 1995, Ben faced Gerald McClellan in a highly anticipated bout. McClellan had won his last 21 fights, mostly by knockout, and this included a brutal knockout victory over the hard-hitting Julian Jackson. The fight was a brutal affair.
But he could be playing into McClellan's hands. He's letting him punch. He's in trouble. He's out down the ring. Seconds into the fight, he's through the ropes. Nigel Benn is down. The count is 6, 7, 8. Can he make it back? He gets in at 9. Oh, what an incredible start.
Ben rallied to stop McClellan in round 10.
Kevin Sanders urging Nigel Benn on ferociously. And he should not get confident. Right hand by Ben, just as you say that. And McClellan goes down to one knee. It's a knockdown. He better get up. He gets up at 7. Now that is the strangest knockdown I've seen. It came out of nowhere. Everybody on their feet, 11,000 strong. Exhorting Ben. That's what we're talking about, what he can't afford to do. He goes down again. What's hurting him? Something is hurting him. Gerald McClellan. I don't know. He's swinging. Hand, something. He's not going to get up. It doesn't look like. It's over. Nigel Benn has won. I can't believe that. I've never seen a guy go up the corner like that. What was that? I can't believe that. Just when we said he can't afford to get confident, he did. One of the most things happen. Bizarre endings to a fight. In one of the most compelling fight nights. What has happened to Gerald McClellan? Action is going on as people are trying to come into the ring, but he is on his back. He's stretched out. Is Gerald? Now take a look. They've turned him over. They've turned him over to the side, and he is in all kinds of difficulty in the corner. They push this go back and let the doctor work. Push him back. Now they're looking. See, now they do have. See.
The fight was marred in controversy throughout, like how long Ben had to get back in the ring, the inexperience of McClellan's corner, the shocking refereeing throughout, and the clash of heads throughout the fight. Despite Ben's win, the victory came at a tragic cost. McClellan suffered severe brain injuries from the fight, and to this day is permanently disabled. Following the McClellan fight, Ben successfully defended his title twice. In 1995, Ben suffered a personal tragedy.
Have launched a murder inquiry after 3 men were found shot dead in Essex. A farmer discovered the bodies this morning in a Range Rover parked on a farm track near Chelmsford.
There are 3 men dead in a Range Rover. It is horrendous.
The 3 dead men were known criminals. Patrick Tate, Craig Rolfe and Anthony Tucker. All 3 had convictions from drug dealing to armed robbery.
3 men assassinated with pump-action shotguns, each murdered in cold blood with bullet wounds to the head.
This was drugs related, and it was a professional job. the latest narcotics-linked crime in Essex, in a county which has become high profile in the ruthless world of drug trafficking.
His close friend, minder and former army friend Tony Tucker was murdered in a gangland execution-style assassination, along with two of his associates, Pat Tate and Craig Rolfe. The trio was shot at close range with shotguns while sat in a Range Rover down Rettendon Lane in Essex.
Colton and Tucker ran his security and became fixtures in the Ben camp.
I went training up to Tenerife, they were there, and they actually done a running with me up Mount Teely, so it was great to see them actually running with me, and they were there for me, not as like, you know, a lot of people wannabes want to hang around me so they can get you in freebie this and freebie that. They wasn't there, they paid their way. I never gave them a penny, not one penny.
This event deeply affected Ben. Ben then lost his WBC super middleweight title in 1996 to Malinga in a split decision fight. He then unsuccessfully challenged Steve Collins for the WBO super middleweight title twice, ultimately leading to his retirement from boxing. After boxing, Ben embarked on a new challenge, DJing. He achieved international recognition, spinning house and garage music at clubs worldwide. However, as the club scene evolved, Ben eventually called it quits on his DJ career. In 1999, Ben hit a personal low point, attempting suicide due to depression and marital struggles. This experience led him to religion, and he found solace in faith. Ben relocated to Sydney, Australia with his family. He devotes significant time to Hillsong Church, offering guidance to couples facing marital difficulties based on his own experiences. Ben is also passionate about helping at-risk youths, teaching boxing basics to keep them off the streets. He actively participates in charity fundraising events, particularly those benefiting underprivileged communities in Sydney. One of his sons, Connor Benn, has followed in his father's footsteps, embarking on a successful professional boxing career of his own. In 2013, Nigel Benn was indicted into the World Boxing Council Hall of Fame, honoured alongside fellow Brit Joe Calzaghe as a WBC's greatest super middleweight champion in history. His image is forever etched in the 6th generation WBC middleweight belt. Ben would finish his phenomenal career with a record of 42 wins, 5 losses and 1 draw. He is remembered for his exciting and unpredictable fighting style, his unwavering spirit and his 2 fists that could turn out the lights. But more than that, Nigel Benn is a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity and find redemption. Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer, a name forever etched in boxing history. A legend who embodied both brilliance and vulnerability, a testament to the power of resilience and the enduring human spirit.